Hello everyone, this is Tony. I'm helping Ryan and Kevin out with this week's auction report. We'll look at some auctions that are ending this week and we'll look at a few past ones. Let's dive right into it. So, as always, folks know they can go into Gemerate and you can look at pop reports, which is pretty helpful for looking at auctions. And you can also go to websites like auctionreport.com and take a look at the upcoming online auctions. Heading into the 84-101 Star Jordan, one of our favorite cards. We have a total of 5 that are ending this week, one being a bag, and we had 2 that ended last week. The 2 that ended last week was at SCP Auctions on the 23rd. That was the autographed copy that sold for $312,000. We also had a BBG7 that ended on the 20th. That was an eBay sale from Probstein for $15,083. With auction ending this week, we have 5 of them. We have a BGS 9, we'll take a look at, a BGS 8.5, PSA 5. We have a uncirculated bag, Rondine for some reason, and we have a BGS 8. Let's take a look at the BGS 9, the 8.5, what we talked about, and let's zoom into this guy. 8.5 corners, definitely have a nice bottom right corner, or right. The other ones, especially this bottom left, don't really think it's 8.5 worthy. Top to bottom, a little thick on the top. Surface is a 9. It's a Beckett. Take a look at this one here. That's currently up to $40,000. This is on Goldin. Zoom into this one. Little tilt at the top. I like it better than the previous one. This is an 8.5. Corners. Top left corner. A little bit of wear. You can see even without me zooming in further. The corners on our right are nice. Another BGS type of grade. We have a PSA 5 here. This one is at Goldin also. Interested to see this one when it pops up. Definitely better centering than the 2 BGS slabs we took a look at. A little bit of white on the corners. Thin border on our left, but that's expected. Pretty nice card for a 5. Then we have the baggie. It's an 8.5 GAI. That's up to 19,520. And we have the BGS 8. This has worse corner grades than the other BGS ones we looked at. And the corners are nice. You have a thumb ding on the top edge. Not a bad looking 8. It's at 23,803. These are the auctions that are currently in progress to end for this week. Here we have the 195, 6 ending this week, and a lot of action on this card actually. 7 ended in the last 10 days. So we have a 6 at 2310. We have that's a PSA 6. We have a BGS 6.5, which is at 1586. That's at Goldin. We have an eBay listing at 1900, BGS 7, PSA 7 here at Fanatics Collect, 2520. 3 days left on this one. This is at $630, a PSA 6, and a PSA 4 on eBay that ends in 5 days. Let's take a look at some of these. Here's the PSA 6. Little bottom heavy with the top to bottom centering. That's why I got the 6. Wish it wasn't against the white background, but it looks nice. A lot of these cards, and I know we didn't do it for the 101, you want to take a look at the back and make sure it's not dirty. Here we have a BGS 6.5, 5.5 centering, corners 8. Take a look at the back here. Yeah, now we know why I got the centering, because it's cut off on the back. Here we have a Showcase Select, 6 centering, 8 corners. Here we have a PSA 7. This is on Fanatics Collect. There's a piece of, looks like a hair or a scratch on the new slab. A little bit of white on the corners. Can't really tell on our bottom right, but the other quarters you can see a little bit of white, but not much. A little bit top heavy, but it's a nice looking card for a 7. Gotta love these holders. The cards just move around quite a bit. So this 6 here, nice centering, corner wear, but that's expected for a 6. It's built into the grade. Here we have a 4. I'm not going to take a look at that one. So this one ends tonight. It's already up to 2310. Past sales on a PSA 6 on 11/21, we had nearly $3,800. The last BGS 6.5 sold for $3,360 at Fanatics Collect. The last PSA 6, forgot to mention, was sold on eBay on 11/21. We also had a BGS 6.5 sale that ended on 12/1. Fanatics Collect, that was at $31.20. Just look at this PSA 7. We had a few PSA 7 sales in the last 10 business days. eBay on 11/27 for $6,566. 2 days before that, on the 25th, we had another PSA 7 sale, which was Probe Steam, that ended at $66.47. So this card's been hot lately. It's been selling, and a lot of listings. Here we have my personal favorite 84/85 Star Jordan, number 288. 2 sold in the last week or so. Both were PSA 6s on eBay, 4 Sharp Corners and Probstein. They sold $100 apart, 5,200. And a couple days before that, on 11/21, one sold for $5,300. Here we have a 3, a 4.5, a PSA 6, a BGS 7. So these are the 4 that end this week. Let's take a look at the 6. Edgeware, very common on 288s and practically every star card with the dark blue border. Nice card, nice centering. Nice clean back. And let's see this BGS 7. Centering 6.5. Yeah, the edge here. Corner 7. I can see that. Little bit of, could be the baggy, the sleeve inside the slab, or this could be on the card. Hard to tell. One way I do investigation, when you have an item such as this and you're unsure whether it's on the card or a scratch on the slab or in the inner sleeve, you can always look for previous sales of, in this case, it would be a BGS 7, and try to match up the cert numbers and see how that auction had it listed. Here we have the 84-85 Court Kings. There's a total of 2 ending this week, and we had 1 end in the last 2 weeks. The one that sold was a BGS 7.5 on eBay on November 17th. So here let's open up the 6, the 8.5 definitely, the 7, and the 8. Here's the 6. Corner where. Let's take a look at this 8.5. 4 sharp corners, 9 centering, 8.5 corners, 8.5 edges. Looks like an 8 surface, which would make sense for this grade. Maybe they don't give you a picture of the back on the alt. This is currently at 6,100. 3 days, 4 hours left. Here we have a 7. You got a ding on this bottom left corner. All the other corners are nice. That's why the BGS created it a 7. Set 1525, 19 bids. 19 bids. Here we have an 8. This is on eBay. 9 centering, 8 corners, 7.5 edges, 8.5 surface. I like the centering. I don't know how I got 8 corners here, unless just due to the angle of the picture taken in this case, and also the picture used, obviously. Yeah, this one looks good. It's part of the reason why it's at $9,699 with nearly 4 days left. Definitely prefer this 8 over the 8.5, even though this was a sharp 8.5, but you can see the premium so far for the 8 over the 8.5. Here we have the 85 Star Jordan, number 117. We have one ending this week, and that's at REA. And we had one end within the last week on 11/25. eBay had a BGS9 sell for $2,375. 8 corners, 8.5 surface, 9 edges, 9 centering. Yeah, you can see white on these 2 bottom corners. So as folks know, with the type 1s on 85, 86 flare, you want to see a little bit of bleed on the back, so that red bleeding through. And the back looks a little dirty, but that could also be the sleeve that was used. So you can always cross-reference the cert on the Beckett website and find out the date it was graded. Let's take a look at the next card. I picked out the Charles Barkley. We have 4 ending this week, 1 ended last week. A BGS 8.5 ended on the 23rd of last month for $1,020. That was with SCP Auctions. So we're going to take a look at all of these. Little top heavy, but I like the long cut. As folks know, with some Barclays and especially the Stocktons, you want to be sure, especially with BGS graded ones, that it's not cut on a slant. That's pretty common on the Stockton, more so than the Barkley. It's hard to tell with this picture if the card's sitting flat, but it looks like it does. I see a slight downward cut here. It could be the angle of the scan used. Just use caution for yourself before bidding on this. This is at $12.95. Here we have the next one. This is the BGS 9 on eBay. Yeah, you can tell right off the bat this one doesn't look to have the problem that the other card had. 9 centering, 9 corners, 9.5 surface, and 8.5 edges. It's a sharp card. Here we have the 8.5 on eBay. Little top heavy. Nice card. But for an 8.5, I like to see a little bit better corners. It's just me though. We have a PSA 6. This is on eBay. Ends in 3 days, 5 hours. This is a pretty sharp 6. Left to right centering looks good. You don't have the shortcut from top to bottom. Yeah, PSA is going to say that this top board is a little thick, but this is a really nice 6. 85 serial means it was likely graded around springtime of this year. I'm going to take a look at the back on this. Yeah, this is a nice card. This one is a PSA 7. Same amount of time left. This is on PWCC. A little bit of corner wear, but the near mint grade allows that. See what the Fanatics Collect site shows the back. Okay, there's no dirt, dust marks. A little bit of mark here. Not bad. Here we have one of my favorite star cards, probably the hardest card in the 1980s to find centered. The 87-88 Flair Larry Bird's pretty hard to find centered. Not as bad as this one, though. This is a really tough one. I only seen one Olajuwon rookie card centered, and that's a PSA 9 in Dave's collection. This card with the Olajuwon, we have 2 ending this week. 4 ended in the last week and a half. The ones that ended, we had 3 eBay sales between 11/24 and 12/2. PSA 7 went for $813. Another PSA 7 on 11/24 went for $865.55 at Probstein. Then we have another Probstein sold another one on that same day, which was a PSA 6 for $568. Then on 11/23, SCP Auctions had a BGS 7.5 for $660. Let's take a look at these and see if, well, actually, there's only one to take a look at because all the other ones are buy it nows. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these angled pictures used. So they called this a 7 centering when graded, 8 corners, 9.5, 9 surface, 8.5 edges. Let's just take a quick look at this one since it's the only Olajuwon that's for sale this week. That's at auction, I should say. How to buy it now. Yeah, top to right centering's not too bad. Obviously, left to right centering, it's typical of this card with the extremely thin right border. And real quick, I'm going to go back and take a look at some of the backs of these higher graded Jordans 101s. No dirt here, good centering. This is the one that's at Goldin, ends in 2 days. This centering's fine. I don't see dirt. This is the 8.5 BGS at Goldin also. Here we have the BGS 8 on eBay. Yeah, this is a nice back. Refer to the centering and the front that we talked about before. And this is the 8 that has the thumb ding on the top edge. Submit this to PSA, you're going to get a 6 if it crosses over at the most, or likely a 5.5. They penalize for thumb dings on the edge. That's a wrap for this week's auction report. Thanks again to Ryan for letting me help out. And if you want to look at my channel on YouTube, it's TJ is online, and I got some star content there posted too. But thanks for your time, folks, and have a happy, good luck, and happy hunting